Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? How are you? How was your week? Doing okay? So as you probably have realized, things in the world are changing. I mean, I'm not even that old, and I've noticed so much stuff in my life has changed, and it's impressive and kind of ridiculous, but in a good way. There's a word, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Technology has changed so much, and like I said, I'm not that old, but it has changed so much since when I was a little kid. Cell phones have changed. I mean, you used to be able to make calls and text on the cell phone, and now you can call, text, you can video chat, and most cell phones these days have the internet, so you can look up anything you would ever need to know just by clicking a few buttons, just anytime you need it. It's not just like cell phones and stuff like that that's changed, like cars have changed so much too. I mean, we have cars now that stop when there's something behind it so it doesn't run over whatever it is. And we even have cars that drive themselves now. They're not as common, but you still, I mean, don't even need to do much. You just sit and it goes where it needs to go, and it's ridiculous. Even things as little as microwaves, well, not that microwaves are little, but you know, like things like microwaves have changed. I remember the microwave that we had growing up, you had to walk up, you had to hit the power level, type in whatever power level, and then hit it again, and then you put in how long, type in 100, then you'd hit start, and then you could walk away. Nowadays you just walk up, you hit the 1, and you walk away, and it's like, oh, it's done in a minute. It's amazing. Technology is the only thing that has changed. Styles and clothing have changed quite a bit. My neighbor dressed up as a hippie for Halloween, and she had this like ridiculously bright colored patterned shirt and just like blue jeans and sneakers or whatever, but she had this like afro wig, and it looked really cool. And it's one of those things where from this generation it's kind of like, okay, that's something you dress up as, but back in the 70s that's how people just were, and you don't see that a lot nowadays. And I mean, yep. Nowadays tight seems to be the thing. Small and tight, like it's like you want to wear as little clothing as possible, and you want it to be as tight as it possibly can before you completely lose circulation to all of your appendages and pass out on the floor. And it's not like you didn't see any of that like coming through like the 70s, the 80s and everything, but it's really, that's what it is now. There was a time not too long ago where like tight clothing was a little bit like weird to see, and like crop tops and having a lot of like skin showing, I guess. That sounds really creepy, but you know what I mean. That was like, whoa, you need to put some clothes on. But I mean, nowadays it's like, oh, she's wearing a crop top, that's great. Oh, she's wearing really short shorts, that's great too. Oh, she's not wearing any clothing, that's great, you know? Whoop-de-doo. And you don't really even think twice about, well, if somebody's not wearing any clothing, you probably think twice about it. But I mean, for the most part, it's like, oh, you know, that's just the way they are. That's just the way they chose to dress today. And I'm not sure how I really feel about that. I mean, I'm okay with people wanting to express themselves through their clothes and everything, but just make sure you're actually wearing clothes. So I kind of had to think about this for a little bit, but food has actually changed quite a bit too. Nowadays everything is prepackaged and it's processed. Everything is canned, prepackaged, and it's so processed that it's probably not even fit for human consumption anymore. Pre-cooked foods can be pretty convenient. I mean, you just like throw it in the microwave or on the stove or whatever, and then you eat it really quick before you have to leave for like work or something. But I mean, some things that they sell you probably are killing you internally, and we would never know. Even the fresh food nowadays is genetically modified, and it's got so many like pesticide killer things on it that it's probably killing you just as much as the prepackaged food. You really can't win. Now, just because everything is probably killing me doesn't mean I'm gonna stop eating everything that I do. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We're all gonna die anyway, right? I'm noticing our attitudes are changing a little bit too. I mean, nowadays people can be really lazy, and if you're one of those people, I'm not hating on you whatsoever, because I'm totally one of those people. Yeah. Nowadays it's like you're sitting on the couch just like, oh, I want to change the channel, but the remote's so far away. It's right there. You can just get up and get it yourself. I'm too lazy. And that's a legitimate excuse. I mean, not everybody would be happy with it, but it's like, oh, yep, you're just too lazy to do it. You know, I'll just do it for you or whatever. I feel like kids nowadays can be a little bit more, I don't want to say demanding, but that's kind of, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, you have like 2nd and 3rd graders wanting the newest iPhone or whatever, and if they don't get it for Christmas and they completely throw a fit and it's like, no, this is the worst Christmas ever, I didn't get my phone. And I mean, when I was little, if I didn't get what I wanted for Christmas, it was still a fun Christmas. I got something and it was awesome, and I didn't need the newest phone or anything to make me happy. I was quite content with a cardboard box. That turned out fine, mostly. Our interactions with other people are changing as well. I mean, it's not even uncommon anymore to go out and find 2 people who are like having lunch together or something, but they're completely ignoring each other. They're like texting on their phone. If you're with somebody and you're just chilling and playing on your phones and everything, I'm not saying that's bad, but like if you're going out, if you are choosing to spend time with somebody and like do something special, like go out to eat or something, you probably shouldn't be ignoring them altogether and playing on your phone. I mean, maybe that's just me, but that doesn't seem very polite. I'm not saying that all of these changes and everything are bad. I know some of them might not be for the best, but you know, that's okay. It was bound to happen eventually. Everything is changing so fast. I think it'd be awesome if we could just sit down for a minute and enjoy what we have before we have to go and change it and make everything better. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good week, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and all that. And I will see you next week with another video. Peace.